Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Dalia, and today we're working again on my pastel kidcore grandmacore island tea cozy. And today we're working on Blather's tent. I am extremely excited for this video because it's actually inspired by a build I saw recently by Boys Crossing, who is a content creator here on YouTube. And I'm obsessed with their build. This is what their build looks like. So we're basically doing my own version of it, including Blather's tent. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. I've wanted to do a build like this for quite a while, and then after seeing Boys Crossing's video like 2 weeks ago, I think it wasn't even 2 weeks ago, I was like heavily inspired because I think that it would fit this island perfectly, and I'm really excited. So first thing we're doing is I'm kind of like laying out the area by like having my camera open so that I can see where I want the flower fields to start. So essentially I'm taking almost exactly what Boys Crossing did with like the flower placement and just using my own path and incorporating obviously the Blather's tent, because I knew I wanted Blather's tent to be in this island, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna incorporate it, because initially I thought maybe I could do like a cute little like dig site or something for him, but I've already done that. I wanted to do something a little different, and I thought doing a little flower garden or flower field, like, I don't know, seemed kind of adorable when, like, it's not necessarily like matching Blather's, like it doesn't really have anything to do with him specifically, but I think incorporating a flower field with like how the tent looks is just really adorable. And I wanted to do this kind of build for a while because I've seen other people do this build in the past where they do these really cute little diagonal paths and then they have a flower field mixed in. And I've had islands where I've done flower fields before. Actually on my other, like last spring island I did this really beautiful flower field that I loved. And it was really nice, but I've never done one like this. I've never done one where the flowers are symmetrical and I'm using the same type of flower going a certain way, and I felt like this island was the perfect time to do something like that just because it fits the theme with like the weird like mix between pastel core and kid core and grandma core, where like it's very playful and cute and fun but still has that more vintage elegant feel that I'm trying to incorporate with grandma core. As I said like throughout the builds of this island so far, trying to incorporate all of the 3 themes that I'm trying to do, or more like, yeah, the 2 themes, which is a mix between kid core and grandma core, set in spring obviously with the certain color scheme. It's been very interesting because I'm trying to find a nice balance between the vintage cottage cutesy and then the kid cutesy. So anyway, I sectioned off the areas obviously by placing the flowers down, and the flowers are going diagonal. I used the same flowers that Boys Cross used in her build too, because these are the colors that I use on this island, like the pink, white, and green. So it kind of make perfect sense to use them. And then I'm using my path, which is this garden stone path I've been using on my island, to create these like diagonal lines. So you essentially have the path, as you can see as how I'm placing it, and there's three tiles in between each, so you have enough space for each of the flowers. And I think placing that row of dirt was a good starting off point at the beginning of the build, because it gave me a good section for where I know when I go to take photos of this area, you'll be able to see the entirety of the build. And one thing I did do throughout the course of the video, because I wanted this to be a really pretty perspective build, not perspective like you can watch it from far away, but I wanted you to be able to see every item within the camera view if you take a photo of it. I kept repeatedly going and looking at this area using my camera. So when I place other items throughout the course of the build, like I used some windmills and trees along the corners and the perimeter of the area, I really am mindful of the placement of them so that you could see them. Because I wanted this entire area to be kind of like this little bubble where like you have the flower field as the center, and then bigger items kind of framing around the corners of the area. And for the bigger items, I'm obviously talking about the wind mills and the trees. So I'm just finishing placing the flowers down. It's really easy to do this once you get the kind of like layout that you like. And then it's just about planting all the flowers, which did take me a couple of minutes, but I just think it looks really nice. And what's nice about doing something like this compared to what I typically do with flowers is there's no thought into really how you place them. Everything just kind of has its own spot. And that's essentially it. And with the pathing, I kind of branched this one off to like lead to another area, and then I did some of the terraforming to the edge of that cliff to the left of it that I kind of left from the previous build. And really I'm just kind of decorating small areas around the space. Like we do some terraforming in a bit that kind of like begins the next chunk or section of a build that I'll be doing in later builds. So for this little area right here, I decided to do a little picnic because, like, why not? I initially wanted to do a little dig site, and I even had the build, like, made, but I really didn't like how it turned out. And once again, I was trying to deviate from, like, the traditional way of decorating for Blather's tent, which is, like, to do a dig site, which is something I've already done. So instead, I thought a really cute little, like, picnic would just be fine. And it's nice because it kind of, like, it's a good way to end the path, because this path, once again, like I said, some of the paths end at very odd spots, because unlike Voice Crossing's build, which kind of, like, just kept going, mine has the tent in the middle at the forefront, so... or in the back, I should say. So it's something I have to be mindful of for these paths. So yeah, so here I am placing the windmills. Like I said, I go back and forth between checking on my camera to see how they look placed behind them, and then I do the same thing when I plant some trees. And then around the windmills, I plant a lot of wheat fields, and I also place a lot of wheat fields around the entire area as well, especially around this little picnic area, because I thought I made the picnic very simple with just a few items, but I thought putting the wheat fields here was like a nice way of kind of enclosing the picnic spot so that it basically cuts off directly beside Blather's tent and it doesn't go further, because there's nothing behind the picnic other than some trees, which you'll see me plant in a moment. And it kind of, I don't know, it also looks really cute, like having a little picnic in like very tall grass, which is kind of like the vibe. And I'm planting some trees and growing some pear trees and peach trees from the early stages, because I want some of my trees to be cherry blossom trees and some to be regular hardwood trees, and the green color, because my island is going to be set to cherry blossom season. So I planted a bunch of fruit trees and I'm just stunting them at different stages so that they're the green hardwood trees, and then I have obviously my full hardwood trees in the pink variations. So I did time travel to grow some of my trees in, and then now I'm planting a few more of the wheat fields or placing them around. I'm not using the golden wheat fields on this island. I just felt like just using the lighter green and the or like the almost pale green and the regular green just look really cute for the color scheme I'm going with. And then once again, like I said, I'm keeping this picnic area very simple with just a few items. And I love incorporating picnics on my islands, and this island is going to have a ton. I've already made like, I think 5 picnic spots in the few builds I've already done. But in this build we do 2. So we have this little really cute one that kind of looks like a breakfast picnic, where someone can have like a pound cake with some like sweet treats, And then later on I'll be doing another one with a kid's tent that you'll see in a second. And I decided to change the pathing and have all the paths kind of meet here because I have my water terraforming on the bottom left hand corner, and like I said in previous builds, I'm trying to incorporate water terraforming in my build. I decided to make a little bridge. I've been meaning to use bridges on this island and I've only done one so far, but I think this stone bridge looks really cute with the path because obviously the path has the little stones on it. And I originally wanted to do diagonal bridge so it kind of matches that diagonalness of the path, but I think the straight bridge just directly in front of Blather's tent looks really cute. So that's what I decided to go with instead. And then I kind of go around the area and replace some of my flowers with some weeds. I also replaced a couple of the flowers with that wild log bench, as you can see. And then I'm throwing down some green leaf piles, some cherry blossom piles. And then to kind of complete the area and do more of the kid court aspect of my builds, I'll be putting some tree standees in the cherry blossom version, and then also a couple of the grass standees throughout the perimeter of the path. The cutout standees have been a great way to incorporate the more kid core aspect of my island without it being too dramatic, I guess I could say. It's more of a like small little detail that I think adds a more of a whimsical aspect when you incorporate the cutout like cardboard items with my more natural builds, I guess you can say, or my more natural elements. So I'm just finishing up the build by placing a couple more of the grass standees, and I think they look so cute, like kind of like just intermixed in the middle of the path. And yeah, and then the last thing I'm doing is just completing my pathing and just kind of making sure that everything kind of flows seamlessly. And I wanted this to not be too what's the word I'm looking for, like straight lined, so I'm just changing up a little bit of the pathing so that it works a little bit better and it flows a little more like, you know, like flowy.
Flow is flow.
So it's not like too much of a straight line, because I had this kind of in a straight line and it didn't look really nice to me. I wanted a little more like zigzags, or like a squiggly line, I guess you could say. And then the last thing I did off camera was just make that little waterfall, just to complete my water terraforming. I'm trying to do water terraforming on this island in every build, and I think it's looking really cute so far. I like how the water terraforming is turning out on my map. And then I just planted some trees and some other like little flowers, and then to cut off this area I planted or placed some of the simple fencing, like the simple wooden fencing, just to add a nice little more like structured element to the build, and it looks really cute. I kind of love how that little detail with the fencing kind of sectioned off that space from like the water. And like I said, I did make another little picnic spot, so I'm using this 4-tile picnic design that I'm absolutely in love with, that I've used many a time in many an island. And then I wanted there to be a little sitting area using the kids' tent, so I decided to use a kids' tent. And then the last two things I'll be throwing down are a pile of Zen cushions, or just a regular Zen cushion I think, and a little stack of books, because I think having a little sitting area beside the water is really cute. I didn't have a little sitting area with a little reading spot yet, so I thought this looked really cute. And then you can sit here and take photos. It's so cute. So I just quickly time traveled to early morning. This is the time of day I'm most likely setting my dream address, which is like 6:30 a.m. And yeah, without further ado, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's go check out the final build. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Once again, a huge thanks to Boys Crossing for her video, because without the inspiration for that from that video, I would not have known what to do for this area. And I'm just so happy with the way that it turned out. I think it's so cute, so simple, and just fits my theme perfectly. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!